everyone, welcome to my channel, The Magical Maven. My name is Heather, and today is a singles love reading for the sign of Libra, whether Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, and this is for November 2019, or this is a timeless reading too, so if, oh, the card's already coming out. So if you're drawn to this at a later date, then it's just the messages were meant to come out then for the next month. So already cards are flying. I was just shuffling to kind of get some cards come out. So let's see what's coming up for y'all. Okay. So first one, we have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So maybe you haven't been really dating or in the dating scene, or because there's been other things you've been tending to regarding your financial stability, security, your work, whether that's your work or your divine work or both. But this could be the one that you've already met the romantic partner you seek, and worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So there is two different scenarios here. For some of you, yeah, you already know someone that you are interested in, and maybe you're like biding your time because you know that you're interested in them and that could be something. However, it's like you're like, oh, I need to focus on this first, whether the other person's aware of it or not. However, some of you maybe haven't met this person yet, and it's just a matter of divine timing, and this person that could be coming next for you that you feel a connection to could be one for you or someone you settle down with. But it's just right now, again, you have your mind on your money and your money on your mind kind of thing. Like, it's like you're more focused on other things. So, and not because you don't want to be focused on love, because Libra is the rules the 7th house of the zodiac, which deals with partnerships and marriages. So Libras love to be in love. It's more of, it's just maybe, it's like, you have to put your effort toward other things right now. So let's see any more cards for Libras, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising. That's too many, we'll keep going. Okay, so we have heart-to-heart conversations and new love. Okay, so this person, even if this is someone you already know of, it could be someone who's fairly new that, like maybe you haven't built much with them, or it could be someone, new that you haven't dated at all, but you know who maybe they are. Again, it could just be something that's very fresh, like not much has happened. They're not necessarily like a love yet, but it's like the potential. But again, like how I said, maybe like whether this person's aware of it or not, maybe you haven't kind of told them where you're at in life, because maybe if you are interested in them, you're not having that conversation of, oh, hey, I see something there, but I have this to work on for whatever reason. So because Libras do have the habit of not wanting any confrontation. So again, this person might not be aware of this, so that might be something you want to be aware of. So because you're maybe wanting to be like, oh, I see them down the line, and then they might assume you're not interested, or it's not going to happen, and then they might move on. So just kind of for you to be aware of. Again, this could be someone that's new that you haven't met yet, and there's someone that's going to be coming in, and maybe when you meet them, you could possibly tell them, oh, hey, I have a lot going on. But again, like if, you're honest and upfront, and, and there's someone that is meant for you, then they'll, wait it out, or things will align in their right timing. Okay, so we're going to go with the Black Moon astrology cards. So Libra, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising. Okay, I'm going to keep shuffling because a few of the cards that were in the Virgo reading came out, so just want to make sure I'm not picking up on any of that energy. So this is Libra, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising. Okay, that was too many. Okay. Okay, there we go. We have the 2nd house, owning. So 2nd house, it's interesting, finances and career, and then you got the 2nd house as well. So definitely, like, that is what you're focusing on. You're like, you know, you're like wanting your security, your stability. I'm getting something about a breadwinner. So again, maybe like whether you're a man or woman, maybe, you know, you feel like, you know, you have to be the breadwinner, or you're the one who like making sure that you like, you don't want to have to live off anybody. You know, you want to make sure that you know, pay your own way. You know, maybe even, like I said, you want to be the one who's the breadwinner. Maybe that makes you feel like worthiness, that you're the one kind of taking care of things within a partnership, within a love or family. So maybe that's something for you that is like, you know, you're trying to get like, you're wanting that first before you could have something, you know, romantic. And I know normally that's like a masculine energy to feel like, oh, well, I need to have this money or have this career before I can have love. But women can still feel that way too. It's just, I think it's more of like a masculine energy to be like, oh, I have things I want to do in my life, things I want to achieve. But that's the energy that's coming through. And again, you know, masculine energy, that could, you know, we all have a feminine and masculine side. Then we have Sagittarius, I see. So this is a fire sign. So for you Libras, it's possible you could be, this could be a Sagittarius coming in, or Sagittarius that you're dealing with. Again, it could be their sun, moon, Venus rising. You might even have Sagittarius somewhere in your chart. I'm getting something about a victory. So maybe this person makes you feel like victorious, like you feel like, you know, you won the lotto, like you feel like, oh wow, like, you know, they're interested in me. Okay, we're gonna look at Heal Yourself Oracle cards for Libra, Sun, Moon, Venus rising. Okay, so we have procrastination and help from above. Okay, so maybe in the past you were someone that kind of like procrastinated on your goals and your hopes and dreams and creating your financial security and stability. And now you're like, okay, I'm getting older, and that's not to say that you're old. That's just saying like maybe you're finally kind of coming to this terms with, you know, you're not a kid anymore, and you have to like secure something, and maybe some, you know, and you know, we all have our different timelines when we think we have to do something or have something, and maybe something kicked on for you, and you're like, okay, you know, I need to stop procrastinating, and that's why you're really focusing on more of this than love. With help from above though, it's like, I'm getting something about like you getting answers. So maybe you asked for help or for a sign. So this could even be your sign now coming through saying that, no, you do have help. You are going to be guided to your financial future and stability, and then also to your person. Okay. We're going to do Lovers Oracle now. Well, this is too many. We'll do one more. Okay. So one card we have was friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. So for some of you, this could be like someone who was like, oh, sorry, my hair just gets everywhere, and I'm like, I'm sticking to the curtain. So some of you, this new love, or this person that you were kind of involved with somewhat, maybe they were a friend first, or maybe there's someone that you're trying to be friends with first to build something before you actually try to date them, because you know you can't really offer them like a love offer, you know you can't offer a relationship, you know you can't really date. So you're like, okay, well, I want to get to know you, I want to, you know, communicate with you, I want to be friends, I want to, you know, kind of be in your life, so I'm there. Which isn't bad. It's just, again, like maybe making sure that they're aware of this in some context. We also have look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. So again, this could be confirmation for some. So maybe this is, you know, letting you know that they feel the same. Or if it's a new love coming in that you haven't met yet, that there is someone there out for you that is coming in, that is like a soulmate connection, divine partnership. However, for some of you, it could be a twin flame, because we got twin flame, your passion ignites. But if it is a twin flame, then this is someone then, because because this is very more new and fresh energy. So if you've been on the twin flame journey for a long time, like, I don't think this is that. It's either like, if you're a twin flame, you haven't met them yet, or it's like you just kind of have met or something. So I don't think it's many of you are twin flames. I mean, everyone, you know, it's going to resonate with everyone differently. I'm getting, this could be more of like a soulmate energy. Yeah. Again, like, if you are a twin flame, it's just because maybe you're you're like someone that's more awakened recently on this journey, where it's something like newer, like you haven't known them for years, you haven't been in separation for years. It's more like you've just awakened to the fact you were twin flames, and maybe you don't even know about twin flames, and you met this person, or you're going to be meeting this person. So yeah, so just take what resonates. But again, if it is resonating as a twin flame, it's not someone that you've known for a long time, because I'm not getting that there's any, like, it's more of a fresh energy is what I'm saying. Let's see what else. We also have, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it's only being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So definitely, if you feel like you need to work on this, don't feel guilty that you're not giving this person your time. However, it's something where you have to clearly communicate this is what's going on, because you might be feeling that guilt because, you know, they don't know where they stand with you. You know what I mean? So like, in regards to that, like, if you know you can't give someone your time, just making sure that you are, you know, conveying that to them, and just, you know, realizing, okay, just because you want to keep them around or hold, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna have them here in the background, and then when things work out, you know, I will move towards them. Well, is that really, you know, fair to them? So just think about, because as Libras, you know, you are represented by the scales of fairness. So just make sure you think about whether it's fair for them or not, meaning just having an open conversation. That's all I'm saying. Because like I said, if someone's really, you know, if you guys are meant to match up, you will, in divine timing. You know, it's not, they're not going to scare away because you say that I have, you know, my work that I'm, you know, it's like I'm working on this, that, and the other. You know, they're not going to be, you know, fazed by that. They're just not, you know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, you just have to have that honest conversation. Again, like, I know for Libras, there could be a, you know, an issue with confrontation, and this isn't a confrontation, but I know sometimes people get the idea that if they have to confront something, it's a confrontation, or it's going to be a big issue. But again, like, I don't think it will be, especially if this is someone that could be the one. Again, they're not going to move away from you. But again, if they're, you know, if you're treating them unfairly and not letting them know that you don't have time, and that, you know, and then they're assuming you're not into them, then they're going to move on because they're like, oh, well, this person doesn't care, you know. Okay, let's see. What haven't I used yet? Okay, the archetypes. So we're going to see, like, an archetype for you, what is coming through. So my Libra, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising. Okay, interesting. So you have the Companion, Child Wounded, and the Hedonist, or Hedonist. I don't know, however you say it. Like, you know, tomato, tomato kind of thing. Okay, so definitely, like I said, with Libras, love being love. You know, the 7th house of the zodiac, partnerships, marriage. That's you. So, you know, you're wanting a companion. You're wanting someone there. Oh, for some reason, I'm getting my nose itches. So this could be a sign to some of you, like you're thinking of someone or they're thinking of you now, because like my nose just started itching out of nowhere. So definitely, yeah, I don't know. Sorry. I keep feeling that. Okay. Anyways, child wounded. Okay. So there might be some inner child work you need to do, because you're getting child wounded. So, and this could maybe where, you know, sometimes if we feel like, you know, there's a lack, you know, growing up, You know, like maybe if you felt like you didn't have the support or love of one or both of your parents, maybe this is where this wound comes in, and you're, you know, it like made you want to look outside of yourself for some validation or love. Okay, sorry, my nose is still itching. And this hasn't happened all day until this reading. So I think like maybe there's someone specifically like you're thinking of, or they're thinking of you, you know, and this is like, you know, because you know how they say when your nose itches, someone's thinking of you. Okay, anyways. Also, this is like maybe you wanting to, I'm getting like get fresh with someone. So in the sense of like you're wanting to maybe take things to the next level. Like if you're interested in someone and you're wanting, you know, to, you know, get them in bed, you're wanting to explore, you know, that with your sexuality with them, but it's like that thing where you know that you can't give that person your all, like meaning you're like, okay, am I going to open this door? And then once that door opens, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of, and then also I'm getting too, like, you might be so tired and drained that you're feeling like, oh, I'm not going to perform at my best. I don't know, again, that could be for only a few of you, but it's just, and also some of you could have, I don't remember what sign I said this for, but there was another sign that I got, like, you could be using like sex as a way. It's not because you're necessarily so sexual, not that you aren't sexual, but it's like a way of you seeking validation and love. You know, it's not because you're like, oh, you know, you're feeling lusty or passionate. It's more of like, oh, well, I want to sleep with them to have this love and validation, this closeness, and you're doing it in a, you know, not going about it in the right way, if that makes sense. So definitely it could be like, this could be getting to some core childhood issues and wounds where as a partner, as a lover, you know, it's like you have to get to maybe where you feel like a lack or you feel uncertain is something I'm getting to. Also, I'm being drawn to how we have red, orange, and yellow, which are all like the colors of the lower chakras. So your root, your sacral, your solar plexus. So you might want to look into doing maybe some healing work regarding your lower chakras as well. Okay, I've heard I am not enough. So for those of you who don't feel like you're good enough or having issues with worthiness, that's definitely like a solar plexus issue, a solar plexus chakra issue. And then also that goes back to like a possible childhood wound, and this is maybe where you're seeking validation outside of yourself for love and or sex. So that's something too that you probably, you know, have been needing to work on, and maybe you've pushed it aside because you've been doing, you know, your work regarding, you know, again, that security, stability, finances, your actual work, but you still need to do your inner work, your healing work, to be able to allow this person to come through. Ace of Swords. It's funny because I was getting cut through the bullshit and cutting through the red tape, and it's funny because in this there's like a blue ribbon, not a red ribbon, but I'm kind of getting like, okay, I'm getting like, this is about something too about like you having clarity or understanding now what it is you're wanting to move forward with. Like maybe you weren't sure before, but I'm getting this as more of like this sort of truth and clarity for you. And like, so maybe like in the past you're like, oh, this, that, and the other, that's all BS, and I'm just done with that. Ooh, okay, one card fell. Okay, oh, and then Queen of Swords. So more swords energy. So as a Libra, you are an air sign, so swords and air go together. So definitely you could be in your head a lot too about things with this person even. Oh, and then the bottom of the deck right now, 5 of Cups. So definitely there could be like some past hurts, past wounds. Again, it could stem from childhood or it could be like over the years. And it's like that still needs to be resolved or healed to be able to move on with this new person. The Sun and King of Pentacles. Okay. So the king doesn't have to be a man. It could be a man or a woman, because I feel this is your energy, meaning that you're trying to become this King of Pentacles. You're trying to have your security, your stability, and, you know, you're also trying to be happy at the same time. You know, you're just wanting a fresh start. Again, it's like, I think there was something that happened in the past that, you know, you're trying to get over. It could be from a long time ago, but it's like, no, you know, it's like, you're like, okay, no, I'm just going to move towards this. And I'm getting about seeking alignment. Oh, 10 of Wands. So remember, like, you know, you've been overworked. You know, you've been working hard. But with the 10s, you know, that's always like the end of the, you know, the cycle, and then like a new cycle begins. So it's like you are coming to a close with certain things you've been working on, like, you know, after paying your dues. But it's still like there's, again, still that work, and you're aware of that. So what comes after this 10 of Wands? Okay, so Knight of Pentacles. So after this 10 of Wands, it's like showing the Knight of Pentacle energy. So before you could get to this king status, it's like you were building slowly but surely, because Pentacle is, you know, it's earth energy. So it's slow moving, but it's stable and secure. So it's like you are transitioning from your old reality to a new. So it's like after this 10 of Wands, which are close to fulfilling, you know, getting into the Knight of Pentacles and then the King of Pentacles. So it's like you're moving your way up, and, you know, much like a Capricorn would, Capricorn's an earth sign, you know, like that goat going up the mountain. So whether you have Capricorn in your chart or not, or it's just like you're embodying that energy of being really hardworking and like seeing like your long-term plan. But with the moon, it's like you maybe like, there's some clarity you don't have yet. You're maybe confused, or you're uncertain if this is going to pan out or pay off. But you're still, you know, you're still going at it, which I commend you for. Okay, and I just got like sighing. So I think like for some of you, you might be like it's like you're just ready to have that moment of relief when there's like a calm after the storm, because you're like, you know, it's like after, you know, like after carrying all these wands on your back and then like releasing that burden and being like that relief, that sigh of relief. Okay. So, Eight of Swords. Okay, like what I said with the, you know, sorry, I'm sorry. This is my 7th reading of the night. So, this is where I start to, you know, not make sense talking. But again, like you might not see like that this is turning out for you, or how it's going to turn out for you. Like you don't know how it's going to, but you're still doing it anyways. Again, I commend you for, you're still just, you know, you're keeping your eye on the prize. Some of you might not even sure what the prize is anymore. You might be like, I don't know. I'm just still working at it. Okay, and I'm getting feeling blinded, but I think that could be romantically. So maybe like you felt like blindsided by meeting someone new that you do have feelings for, or in the future when you do meet this person. Because maybe, you know, if they're a soulmate or a divine counterpart or a twin flame, and you're like, okay, where am I going to have time for this person? You know, so that's definitely maybe that confusion that's going to come in, or is coming in. I know. So any last messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising? Interesting. Judgment and Justice. And we know, you know, Justice is obviously can relate to Libra. And Judgment. So it's like you're trying to exercise your best judgment and try to like, with this person coming in, whether they're here or not, it's like you're wanting to have that balance, but you kind of feel like, oh, it goes back to that card about don't make decisions on guilt. You might even feel like, yeah, this judgment could be definitely about you're telling yourself, no, I can't have this balance. I can't have both. So you could be trying to push this person aside. And it's not really a judgment call. It's like you can have balance. It doesn't mean you can't if you want to make room for someone in your life, you can. And that's, you know, again, like, if you're working real long hour days, that doesn't mean that you need to go see them every night or anything like that, but definitely, like, you could still put some effort in, still, you know, I mean, everyone's situation is going to be different, but for some of you, it could be like you're trying to exercise this caution, but it's like there's an imbalance because you're like, you might be pushing away this love and romance because you feel like, oh, you can't do both. Again, take what resonates. It is a general reading, so everything's not going to resonate for all of you. And of course, look at your sun, moon, Venus, and rising. And if you liked this video, if it resonated, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I send you all love and light.